Hello Sagittarius, it's Saggy time at last. I'm a Sagittarius, so I've been waiting for this one. I really have. 3-card tarot in this reading for the sign of Sagittarius with a bit of oracle card significance as well. I'm using Anne Stokes Legends Tarot. There she is, butterfly goddess lady riding on her unicorn. This deck links us back to the ancient energies, really. Energies which are still very active today, but energies which tend to have got buried in the way the modern world sees things and the modern world does things. But the internet is always reminding me, actually, because of the connections that come up on the internet, many of which are truly blessed, including my connection to all my YouTube friends, by the way. Those things are really still acting the way the universe has always been wanting us to act towards each other. I guess the internet is just a new way of expressing it, really. But ancient energies here, taking us right back to the nitty-gritty of the way we are and the way everything that we care about is as well. So let's have a shuffle and see what is the first card out of the deck in this reading for the sign of Sagittarius. I'm doing this February 2020. Best time to watch it is right now, of course. And what's the first card out of the deck? Let's turn one over. 5 of Swords. There we are. Now then, this is not the most positive indication, is it? But coming at the beginning of a reading, it looks rather good. So we've got the one big sword there coming down like a great big dagger. It's almost splitting our sort of happiness and our success in half, this sword. It's all about decisions that need to be made, I guess. But at this stage, right at the beginning of the reading, there's a lot of kind of tiredness, a lot of kind of defeat, that kind of thing. Definite feeling of defeat about this. But there is in the background the dragon energy there, and it's powerful, it's red, so it's about moving forward. It's really good to get that at the beginning of a reading. I wouldn't like to get this one so much at the end of a reading, but there it is. As we've got the 5 spheres there, let's bear in mind that there is kind of this uneven number of things going on. It's the nature of the universe, isn't it? It's the nature of life. And where one thing seems to be failing, other things will be succeeding. Even if 4 things are failing, one thing somewhere is going to succeed, Sagittarius. So it's definitely a case of not giving up hope. I'm just taking a close look at this. Let me bring it up to the camera. Can you see the eyes of the dragon looking... Excuse me, the eyes of the dragon looking at you there. It's really looking to you, to get you to look deep inside your own soul, really, and ask yourself, are things really as bad as they seem? Or, if things are as bad as they seem, and there's no question about that in your situation, well, I'm sorry to see that, but do look forward, because there is always a reason to look forward. There is always something positive somewhere in the pipeline. Sometimes it doesn't come to us, sometimes it does come to us and we miss it, but there's something positive out there. So it's time to get your manifesting head on, Sagittarius, and keep on looking forward. Always onwards and upwards is the way to go. Really is quite powerfully. Oh, and now in this suit of swords, we have this, I had to look rather closely at it there, but right at the top, see we've got some flames there. Excuse my filthy hands, it's fire lighting season as I try to burn off the UK floods from flooding through my wall, which I've been trying to do. Is life flooding through your walls, Sagittarius, physically or metaphysically or however you want to see it? Because it's a cycle, you know, where things get wet in nature, they get dry in nature. Where things go wrong, they go right again somewhere down the line. So we're starting with a fair bit of infamy there, but we are going forward somewhere. Let's see where we're going forward to. Having a shuffle of Anne Stokes Legends cards. These are lovely cards. And let's turn another one over. And here we are, 4 of Cups. Well, it's not looking that much better, is it? But you're going to need a bit of a rest after a situation like whatever the 5 of Swords indicates to you. With the sword suit, by the way, it's air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius around you or in your chart. This being a Cups card is water sign. It's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, those influences around you. Or in your own birth chart, do get a birth chart done if you haven't had one done yet. It really shows a lot of the way forward, and it actually helps us understand what's in the past as well. It really is a good way to get a handle on things in terms of astrology, which is one of the magic things that the universe gives us to help us determine the way forward. Cups, it's all about longings and desires, and here we've got some eyes looking at you again. It's the eyes of the wolf this time. Lots of protection involved with the wolf, but a very serious look on his face there. And that is rather like the third eye, which looks inwards rather than outwards. And that is saying, you know, what do you really feel about the situation you're in? Probably very tired, probably worn out. That's what this card tends to signify. But only you know exactly how you feel inside yourself. And as we look at the cup in the middle and think of the longings, the desires, and dare I say it, the passions that we have about moving forward, then there has got to be something to hope for. We're looking at cycles here. We've got the crescent moon on the chalice, and then we've got a full moon, and then we've got a crescent moon the other way, reminding us that, you know, when there's not much energy about, as in a crescent moon, when we're near to a new moon, there is sure as hell going to be a lot of energy coming in at some point, because it's a cycle and we'll come to the full moon. So things are bound to pick up. Take a rest at this point, Sagittarius. That's what I'd do if you're really not happy with the way things are going, because sooner or later they're bound to turn around. They really are. Let's hope they turn around a bit in the third card of the spread, okay? Because that's the heart of the matter, really. All very watery and really not a lot happening there, you know. It's just kind of a stepping stone to the rest of your life, really. Some days are exciting and take you somewhere. Other days you have to recharge your batteries. You can't pour from an empty vessel, Sagittarius, so whatever you do, don't try. Okay, let's turn over another one then. This is going to be our outcome card in this reading. I'm going very fast with these, but the internet keeps dropping out, and this is going to be pretty late, and I like to get them online for you guys when I can. So it's the Ten of Pentacles. Very, very positive card, this. And this is also as much about us, actual Sagittarians, as it is about the support network we've got, the family around us, the people in our lives, the way things work for us and around us, whether that's at home or at work. And this is very positive indeed. When we get the Ten of Pentacles, there is almost something to celebrate, you could say. So something very powerful and very positive coming in, no doubt. So we see the butterfly right at the centre of the pentacle there, kind of penned in by all the different lines of the pentacle. And there's great protection in all of those lines, actually. So do be willing to maybe protect yourself a little bit, but don't worry too much about it, because the protection is there. Whatever you do, though, don't hang about in the middle there, because forward motion is very, very possible when we get the Ten of Pentacles coming in. It looks like there's been quite a journey here, Sagittarius, and it looks like you've put in all the work that you really needed to. Now, sometimes we feel that, you know, we can't expect anything to happen because we haven't really prepared for it. Well, it's very true that you get out what you put in, but at some point you'll have put in plenty, Sagittarius, because great things are indicated here, and much positivity. It's just a question of believing, really. Visualize and believe in what you actually want to happen and what you want to have. Because if you believe in something, you're more likely to keep working at it. You're going to have the vibe that attracts positive people, other people with positive vibes in to help. Not just people, energies. There's negative, there's positive. Now, it hasn't been terribly positive with the Five of Swords and the Four of Cups at the beginning of this reading, but positivity is coming, and it's coming in a big way, because the Ten of Pentacles is just like that. Okay, this really is all the energies, earth, air, fire and water, working together under the guidance of the divine. It's earth sign energy as well, so it's very grounded. It's Taurus, what else? Virgo and Capricorn, in fact. And there is actually a lot of Capricorn going on in the astrology of early 2020. It is a very grounded time. If you're watching this in the future, just remember that the thing you've been drawn to was done at a very grounded time. So there is much grounded energy here, and lots of purple of healing as well. So there's a promise of things to get better there. And I would say the only way is up, actually, looking at the Five of Swords and the Four of Cups in this reading. There has to be a way up some way, you know. Things are always in a cycle. And when things aren't looking so good, sooner or later, they're going to get pretty good. Now then, let's do an oracle card just to get a bit more significance for this. I'm using Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light in all this month's readings that I'm doing. So we'll have a shuffle and we will see what comes out for the sign of Sagittarius in February 2020, or whenever you're watching it. Do subscribe and tap the bell, by the way, so you don't miss anything. And when you've done that, take a look through my channel. Over 600 readings there for you if you're drawn to any of them. Doesn't matter if it's not your star sign. If you're drawn to one, take a look, okay, because it's got something to say to you, I'm sure of that. So we'll turn one over. And it is El Maria, Awakening Presence. Now, El Maria was a great freedom fighter, really. He fought for the rights of downtrodden people, and he is absolutely brilliant at turning around any situation that feels hopeless, because that spiritually is really what he was fighting against, you know, the downtroddenness of people, the high taxes on people, that kind of thing, all contributes to keeping people in their place, i.e. in a lowly place where they can't really do, well, maybe they can do something about it, but they don't feel they can do anything about it. Well, El Maria says you can. It's awakening presence, it says here. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Okay, so that really ties in with the protected feeling we get from the Pentacles suit, because all the Pentacles suit in this deck do actually have the single pentagram at the middle there, where the butterfly is hiding away. So there's great protection there, but there's also the 5 points pointing out in various different directions, in every direction really, showing you that you can go where you want and you can do what you need to do. Also with El Maria, there's this purple healing colour, and there's a lot of lapis lazuli blue in this card as well. So spiritual connection there. And speak your truth, whatever you do. You see the jewel he's wearing in his third eye there? That is a very strong colour of spiritual connection there. So you're going to be able to see the way forward a lot more easy, Sag, if you kind of get down to it, do a bit of meditation and think things through, but think things through in a divine way without actually trying to think of anything in particular. Just drop down into that meditative space and let the thoughts come in, let the energies flow, and let things keep you going, because the universe always wants to sustain us. It really does. Well, I'm going to take heart from that. It hasn't been a brilliant few weeks for me, I must admit. So I'm looking forward to going onwards and upwards with that. Now I must go and light my fire. It's very late in the day, I know, but the internet is slow today. Let's hope this thing uploads in reasonable time. Thanks very much for watching. Do give me a thumbs up if you think I've earned one. And leave me a comment, guys. Great to share the journey. Subscribe and tap the bell, as I was saying. Share me around social media if you possibly can. I would be very grateful. And I'll see you again very soon. Peace.